Hey, how's it going? Nat here. Let's see what's making news. New research says that almost half of all Aussie kids are now finishing primary school without basic swimming skills, and experts say that's a big problem. Here's Michelle to explain.
Swimming lessons are actually pretty fun.
I do like lap swimming with my mum and my dad sometimes.
Swimming's really important, especially since the tides are really strong in the Australian beaches.
Even though a lot of us have had swimming lessons at some stage in our lives, new research from Royal Lifesaving Australia shows more than 40% of all kids leaving primary school aren't meeting national swimming and water safety standards for 12-year-olds, like being able to swim 50 metres continuously and float or tread water for 2 minutes.
Completely shocking, and it's been declining for many, many years.
Experts say a lot of kids drop out of classes between the ages of 8 and 10. So before they learn some of the most important safety skills.
I think many parents feel like they've ticked the box on swimming lessons and they've done it when their child is 4 and 5 years of age, which is fantastic. But what we're finding is that's not enough. It's not enough to ensure that every child in Australia can swim the basics.
They say that's leading to increased rates of drowning in Aussie teens and want all kids to learn the essentials to make sure they can stay as safe as possible in the water.
Because we have a lot of beaches, I think it's important for kids to learn how to swim.
And you also get to learn lifelong skills that you can keep and save other people with.
If you're ever going to go swimming anywhere, like in the seas, in the lakes, it's very important just for your safety.
Queensland officially has a new premier. The Liberal National Party's David Crisafulli nabbed the top job from Labor's Stephen Miles in the state's election on Saturday. The LNP ended Labor's 9-year reign in the state, and Mr Crisafulli says his top priorities are health, crime, housing and cost of living.
To the people of this great state, I've lived and I've worked at both ends of it, and I love every inch of it.
Now to sport, with some netball, some cricket and some ice skating. Here's Josh.
All right, look, Nat, I'm sorry for the bad news, but the Constellation Cup has been snatched from our grasp by New Zealand. Yeah, a 47-goal performance from Grace Nweki put the Silver Ferns in the top spot, beating the Diamonds 61-43 and marking 5 years since their last win on Aussie soil. But something else is marking 10 years, and that's the WBBL. The anniversary season's off to a pretty good start for the Sydney Sixers, taking down the Melbourne Renegades at Adelaide Oval last night. Elise Perry laid some crucial groundwork, but it was Kiva Bray who brought it home. And by the way, she's 15 years old.
She hits a boundary at 15 years of age and her Year 9 teammates go, how good is that?
It was a stunner of a debut for Kiva, who's now made history as the competition's youngest ever player. And hey, speaking of making history, there's been a big first for Australia at Skate Canada 2024 from young duo Anastasia Golubeva and Hector Giotopoulos-Moore. They snapped up bronze in the pairs category thanks to this performance, snagging Australia its first ever Grand Prix medal in ice skating. Gosh, they really do make it look so easy.
Yes, it's very nice. Oh, yep, that's very good. Now it's time to hand out some awards for the best in show, just like these next stories. First up, to a Timothy Chalamet lookalike competition on the streets of New York. Yeah, nice try, buddy, you're not fooling anyone. But the action had only just begun because the real Timothy Chalamet decided to turn up and crash the event.
We love you, Tim!
The crowd got so big they ended up getting moved on by police, who said the organisers of the event needed a permit and they didn't have one. Now to Belgium, and to my second favourite use of pumpkins behind making a cracking soup. More than 300 competitors are taking part in the 15th annual Giant Pumpkin Paddling Contest. It's a big job growing the pumpkins, hollowing them out and carefully lowering them into the water. And finally, to a hobby horse tournament in Hungary. But while it might look a bit funny with the bobbing disembodied horse heads, these athletes take the sport very seriously.
It's like my legs would be the horse's legs and my upper body is the rider, if I would be riding a real horse.
All up, more than 100 jockeys took part. Well, that's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Second place, I think, for that one. Yeah.